Dead Code Diaries.
It was just another late night for Marcus de la Cruz, a 34-year-old Uber driver hustling through the streets of Quezon City. His wife, Lara, had asked him not to work too late. She worried about accidents and robberies, but bills didn't pay themselves. Marcus promised he'd be home before 3 a.m. He kept jazz music humming in the car to stay awake. The streets at this hour were a mix of sleepy quiet and sudden bursts of chaos, tricycles buzzing past, stray dogs barking in the dark alleys. His phone buzzed. A new ride request. Pick up, the Camellia Residences. Passenger name, Natasha. Marcus accepted without a thought. The apartment complex loomed like an aging sentinel, its once white walls stained with mildew. One flickering street lamp lit the gate where a woman stood waiting. She wore a gray hoodie, hood up despite the humidity, and her arms hung limply at her sides. Her face was pale, almost luminous under the lamp. Marcus rolled down his window. "Natasha?" She turned her head slowly. Her lips curved faintly. "Yes." She slipped into the back seat with deliberate, heavy movements, as if gravity weighed more on her than on anyone else. No phone in hand, no bag. "Where to?" Marcus asked. Her voice was barely audible.
North Cemetery.
Marcus frowned. A cemetery at this hour, but he shrugged and drove. The music warped into static. He turned it off, the silence pressing in. In the mirror, Natasha sat unnervingly still, her face tilted down. Then she lifted her head, her eyes locked on his through the mirror.
You picked up the wrong person.
Marcus's hands tightened on the wheel. What? What do you mean? She leaned forward, her whisper scratched like glass.
You were not supposed to take me. Natasha is still waiting.
Marcus blinked at the rear-view screen. Her name in the app flickered, then vanished. It now read, unknown. The temperature dropped. The windows fogged, though the AC was off. Marcus rubbed his arms, cold sweat forming. He risked another glance back. Natasha was leaning so close to the glass that her breath misted it, though her chest didn't move. Whispers crawled through the car. Dozens of voices layered over each other, chanting softly.
Marcus. Marcus. Marcus.
Panicked, he slammed the radio back on, but the static only grew louder. Until he heard his wife's voice through it.
Marcus, come home. Come home now.
His breath hitched. Lara wasn't here. Lara wasn't in the car. Natasha leaned forward again.
She can't help you.
The headlights illuminated gates rising before him, iron bars chained and rusted. He had already reached North Cemetery without realizing how fast he'd been driving. The car jolted to a stop. Natasha moved for the first time, gliding out of the back seat without opening the door. Her hoodie slipped back, revealing a face half decayed, jaw unhinged, slightly too wide. Marcus stumbled out, tripping over cracked stone.
You weren't supposed to see me.
Natasha whispered, floating toward him. He tried to run, but the ground seemed to pull at his feet, every step sinking, as though the earth wanted to swallow him. Marcus fumbled for his phone. The Uber app pinged. Your passenger Natasha has canceled the ride, searching for a new driver. He stared at the screen, heart pounding. The woman before him was still coming closer, her form flickering in and out like a broken signal. Then she vanished. The cemetery gates creaked open, though no one touched them. Marcus heard footsteps behind him, heavier, quicker. He spun around. A different woman stood there, alive, holding her phone. He looked startled.
Are you Marcus? I'm Natasha. Sorry I was late.
Her voice cut off as she saw his pale, horrified face. Behind her, the shadows of the cemetery writhed. The next morning, Marcus's car was discovered outside the North Cemetery, still running, headlights blazing. Inside, there were deep scratches on the windshield, as if someone had clawed at it from the inside. Marcus was gone. Police questioned Lara, who insisted he had promised to come home early. And yet, days later, another driver reported the same request from Natasha at the Camellia residences. Only now, the profile photo showed Marcus's face. Local drivers whisper warnings. Never accept rides from that complex at night. They say a pale woman waits under the flickering street lamp, hood pulled low. And if you're unlucky enough to stop for her, she'll slide into your back seat, and you'll never make it home again.